Welcome back to Phoenix Wright. Shall we get into the game? What? Did you think there was gonna be some long intro, like I always have? Nah, bro. Nah. I'm excited to get into the game. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well. I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well. I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Welcome back, Gumshoe. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court.
Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio, see? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady, oh, the lovely, smoking hot security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there is a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant, and the security guard. Hello? There were 4 women here. Hi, I'm Gumshoe. There were 4 women here. 4 people. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then, after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now, jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was canceled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. Now, I know what you might be wondering. Who are these 2 people standing over the dead body if there were only 4 people in the studio at that day? I don't know. Why are you asking me? I'm just a detective here. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again?
No, that would take a long time, so I'm gonna skip it. I think I can probably remember that. So, the murder weapon was a spear? How medieval! Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call this security officer to the stand. Homina! Will the witness declare her name?
My, aren't you a handsome fellow? My name is Old Bag. I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered.
Your name, please!
Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma.
Your name, please! Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their names.
Wendy Old Bag, dearie. So just call me Grandma. It's practically my name. Even so, you believe it? But I put a captain at his desk.
Objection! I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand.
I was just getting to the good part, dearie.
Perhaps we can get to the testimony. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct?
Yes, see, I was.
And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you.
You know your stuff, dearie.
You may begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag.
I like how her name is actually Old Bag.
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing run-throughs there since morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio.
You saw the defendant then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Let me cross-examine this old bag. Sure. Right. What errands were you running? What kind of errands?
Oh, well, you know.
I don't know! Answer the question!
Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers, observing, you know?
Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station?
Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job.
I'm not sure your boss would see it that way.
Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always. Never missed one in all my years. Wow! I want to see a Steel Samurai run-through too!
You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty.
Not a bad idea. I'm fit to be a guard. Look at this physique! Ah! Anyway, it was 1.
Got to the guard station. At the main gate from then until 5. What are my evidence again? Taken at the gate between the entrance and the studios at 2 was when it was taken. Okay. Yeah, are we sure about that? Do I have the photo? Oh, okay, yeah, I do. Should I present this outright? I think I should just press her on it. It's probably not a good idea to show my hand with this photo too soon. That's what we were saying in the investigation, at least, so. Hold it! So you saw Mr. Powers?
That's what I said. It got wax in your ears, Sonny. Nick, this is your chance.
Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon.
Wait, no, not that way! I'll say it again. It was him.
Thanks for saying it again. Now I can present my evidence. Objection! Let me get this straight, old bag. Miss Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you?
Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly?
None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Old Tokyo. Miss Old Bag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw?
Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right?
No, they can't! Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai.
I know that. I wasn't born yesterday.
No one in this court is accusing you of that, witness.
He's having trouble calling her Old Bag, apparently.
However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you?
Humph! Nosy old man. Of course I have proof.
What? Huh? Even Edgeworth is surprised. The prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make known all the information in your position ahead of time.
How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't as any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look.
Wow. Old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof then.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now, look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg, see? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
So he had sprained his ankle. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. She's gotta be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Oh, sorry. Did I press too hard? My bad. Hold it! Trip and fall?
Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course.
You helped make it better?
I kissed it where it hurt, right on his big toe. I know that's not exactly where he sprained, but that's what I like to kiss the most.
Let's just skip over that part, shall we? Where was the assistant then?
Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle.
You may continue your testimony.
He broke one of the props. It was a big mess.
Okay. What prop did he break? He broke a prop?
Sure did. His own samurai spear.
His samurai spear? The murder weapon?
Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it.
This strikes me as a significant detail. I'd better write this down in the court record. Ooh, I wonder if I could have missed that if I didn't press her on that. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there is one thing that bothers me. Which is? Where is this steel samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the steel samurai, yes? And it is clear that the person in the steel samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right. Are you sure you're sure, Your Honor? Hold it right there! We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the steel samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider the possibility also. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please?
No need to ask twice, dearie. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true? The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them.
So, if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be this steel samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. This is true. That's not true. You saw the steel samurai, girlie. I'm pressing you. Are you absolutely sure?
Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody suspicious looking passed by at all.
Nobody suspicious looking. Right. No one else went there. But you just said nobody suspicious looking. Should I press you again? Is there any piece of evidence I have? Hold it! What about before you got to the guard station?
You mean before one? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. And I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Not to mention...
Sure you would've. I'm just gonna keep pressing you. Are you sure? The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness.
That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy.
Edgy boy?
Ugh. Old Windbag sure has balls. Well, you know what I mean.
Old windbags have a way of skipping over important details, after all. Or, for that matter, entirely forgetting them.
How convenient.
Something for you to look forward to, perhaps? Phoenix! She's 17! She's not some old windbag. You're closer to being an old windbag, you old windbag. We're starting the testimony over? Maybe there's something I'm missing with the map. I'm just gonna, like, present it for this statement. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. It does? I don't see anything contradictory. Huh, really? Objection overruled. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright. Whoops, that didn't go so well. Okay, well, I haven't pressed her on this evidence, but I know this is true. How do you know that?
Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective. And then, after some rubbish about it being a secret, pal, he told me everything.
I see. Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officers' fondness for donuts. Do I just present this photo again? Hold on! Look at this photograph one more time. I didn't think that we should, so I didn't press you on this earlier, because we had just brought this up. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct?
Yes, sirree, Sonny.
So, whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture, because it's number 2. Right.
And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground.
Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data.
Oh, you know, if you wanted to work the studio, we might have an opening.
That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15, 2 p.m. photo number 2.
Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October 15, really, Sonny.
Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2.
Photo number 2?
The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo? Murmur, I think that should be photo number 1, murmur. Order! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not 1, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there is only data for one of these photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access! The security lady herself!
Me? You watch your mouth, whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers.
But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by.
Well, yes, that's what it would seem to mean.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help!
Huh? Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either.
Some help you are, you're a whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper?
Something the matter, Miss Oldbag?
Ah, that's right. I just remembered something. There's a whippersnapper that crossed by the camera, and it's that intern!
Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate, someone other than the Steel Samurai?
Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way.
Murmur. She's lying. She's withholding evidence. I see. Your testimony, please.
Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now I remembered throwing out one photo that day.
Miss Old Bag! This is the first I've heard of this!
Well, of course, honey. I've only just remembered it.
Right. Anyway, Ms. Wright, Mr. Wright, sorry, your wife isn't here. Please begin the cross-examination.
Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this.
Me too, Maya. And one of them job to do, I go through the photos, check them. Throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking to see. How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking?
Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces for the most part.
For the most part? This is a murder trial, Ms. Old Bag.
Well, I didn't touch that suspicious looking Will Powers photo, did I?
I think she's missing the point.
What photo?
Well, who in the heck was on that photo you erased? Who was in that hecking photo? Sorry, excuse my language.
Humph! A fanboy.
Fanboy?
Steel Samurai fanboys, real freaks if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where, pardon my language. They're always hanging about. One was there that day.
How is that not suspicious? Wait a second, didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words.
Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area.
Yeah, we know.
The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside and, well, that's where they come in, those pests!
They come in through the drain?
I told you they were freaks. Oh, and
And?
they're kids. Children, whippersnappers.
Kids? So, on the photo that you erased,
It was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade.
what? Oh, order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studio that day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade.
Ah, yes, well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him. Can't catch him. They're faster than I am.
A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade? I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear. Impossible, I'd think. It's quite heavy.
Right, as I said, it didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect.
Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. The spear was broken, Your Honor! The boy could have wielded just the tip and stabbed the man. This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time, Miss Old Bag. Mr. Powers? Yes? Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio? I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest.
So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo?
How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really.
What? You should take better care of that stuff.
I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a samurai costume. Steal a costume. So, where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now, aside from a middle schooler.
Nick! What are we gonna do?
First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. That second grader!
Right! And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day.
Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot.
You don't sound very optimistic.
I'm not optimistic at all, actually.
Hey, Nick. It's time.
Okay, let's go.
What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. It makes me scared. Nick, hold my hand. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter?
The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studio was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence. But there is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers.
Very well, Mr. Wright, your thoughts?
The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim, obviously, Your Honor, because I'm cooler. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Murmur, murmur, another person? Could it be? Could it be you? Could it be me?
Order interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized.
Right. Great. As if the stakes were high enough.
So, who was this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed the murder?
Aw, man. Wait, these are all three options. I mean, like, valid options. I am sus of the assistant girl. The grade school boy isn't off the hook because the spear was broken, right? And the security lady is very suspicious, just like in general. But I don't want to call her back up to the stand, really. So I'm just going to call the assistant girl. That was who I had in mind. It was the assistant! The Steel Samurai costume was in his dressing room. She stole it, and in doing so, she became the Steel Samurai.
So you're saying the Steel Samurai in the photo, in the picture, is really the assistant?
That's correct, Your Honor. If you're serious, you've got guts, Mr. Wright. Remember the photo? Wasn't the Steel Samurai a little lame? He was dragging his foot. Oh. Uh-oh. Bad feeling time. Remember the testimony concerning Powers' injury? Yeah, the lady didn't see that.
Powers and Paul Hammer were at a run-through when me. Blah, blah, blah.
What about the assistant?
Oh, her? She was cleaning up after upsetting car. She didn't know about Powers. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. But that's not her dragging her ankle. The assistant knew nothing of Mr. Powers' injury. She could look the Steel Samurai look with the costume. But she couldn't walk the Steel Samurai walk. Hold up, sorry. She could look the Steel Samurai look with the costume, but she couldn't walk the Steel Samurai walk. She wouldn't have limped.
That kind of takes the legs out from under the case.
Mr. Wright, I'm afraid I have to penalize you as I...
No, you don't! Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Guys, you're not even gonna give me a chance to explain myself? She's so much shorter than Will Powers. So the costume is gonna be way too big on her, and the feet are just gonna drag.
May we move on, Mr. Wright?
This fight isn't over yet. If you would, Your Honor. One more chance, pretty please, with a cherry on top.
Very well, go ahead if there's a cherry included.
Security lady, I'll bring her back. It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag.
Who?
The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammers who knew about the injury. The security lady. Old bag. Excuse me for my presence, for my belch.
What? Whippersnapper?
Order. Order. Is this true, Old Bag?
Old Bag, that's Miss Old Bag to you.
Miss Old Bag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the samurai costume. Sorry. Whew. Then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder.
But why would she go through the trouble of wearing the steel samurai costume?
Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers.
I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright.
Oh, yeah. Right here, Sherlock Holmes number 2, baby. That's odd. I thought I was Sherlock Holmes number 3. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter?
The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time.
What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it, is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there, do something!
What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way. We ain't gonna give Granny a break. Until she breaks her back! When I step on a crack! The very thing in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Old Bag's actions on that day.
But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer?
You forgot that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive, too.
Indeed.
That did it! Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Well, actually, it's probably fine if there are hard feelings.
Wait just a minute! What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy! The one whose photo I erased!
He's only a grade schooler, though. As you said, 2nd or 3rd grade, was it?
That doesn't matter! When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops!
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy is not the killer.
What? How could you be so sure? Oh, or is it to be nice to the kids and mean to your other stay whippersnapper?
I have proof.
Proof?
Indeed? Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder?
He would have been at school at this time, Your Honor. You need a card key. Take that! The scene of the murder, as we all know, was Studio 1. However, you need a card key to enter Studio 1. How could a boy with no formal relation to the studios have a card key?
I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this?
The Windbag. Speechless. This has got to be a first.
Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Windy. What was her name?
Something Old Bag, Your Honor.
Then the prosecution will look further into this Old Bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Wait a second! I'm not going to just sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me! That's you! I'm talking!
I love this new drawing of Maya.
Oh, great. Stop the presses. The Windbag wants to talk.
Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony?
Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about.
Not to talk about? But by whom? Huh, you mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk? Was it Gumshoe?
Well, testify.
My lips were sealed. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studio on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me just to pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not going to let them go away scot-free.
Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now?
Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told.
No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
Who? Who were these people?
Well, the director and the producer for starters.
The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course!
Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
So, where are these people? Where were these people, by the way?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime, and they had a meeting after that.
Where?
Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer.
Studio 2? There was a Studio 2? Yeah, Phoenix.
Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. Okay, you go through the gate all the way to the left. Blah, 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 blah. The path where the monkey's head was falling over. Blah, blah. Yeah, we all know.
Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination?
I think I've already asked all my questions, but... No, I haven't. Excuse me. Miss Oldbag, this is a trial for murder.
I know that, silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side.
So, you got your bonus and you still talked? I think I've asked all the questions I have to ask. Am I gonna get like a warning if I keep asking questions? Because if there's no harm, I guess there's no harm in getting as much info as I can. Oh, was that all? I guess so. I guess that probably is everything. So, they were actually in the studio?
Yes, the whole day.
I'll kill this woman, I swear it. This is the first time we hear his inner monologue. Nice. I feel sorry for Edgeworth. Almost. She really left him hanging on this one. Your Honor, we have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hope that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers.
The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, sorry, I apologize. And more information about these other people we have just been told of.
I understand, Your Honor.
This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me.
Really, it's nothing. Oh, or should I?
What? Just because he's always sniffling that she thought that was what she wanted him to do? He wanted her to do? We'll be going down to the studios to do more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get materials for the cross-examination.
So, Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that steel samurai costume? Could it really have been Old Windbag?
What do you think, Mr. Powers?
I don't think it was her, really.
Neither do I, Nick.
Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers.
Poor Old Windbag. I feel kind of sorry for her.
Well, she wasn't winning any points there. She was whining. With or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the brass tacks. Let's get down to the studios.
Right! We'll be back to visit you soon.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. It was a blast as always. Could you tell that I've been trying to voice act a little bit differently here? I've been trying to be a little bit louder. I'm not trying to scream, but I'm not a loud person in general. So if you're able to tell the difference, mark that off your bingo card, because I've been speaking more from my diaphragm and my chest instead of just from my throat. It's hard to do that when you're doing voices back to back, of course, because, I mean, you don't get a lot of time to breathe, right? But I've been trying to learn from the greats. Alex Lee. Yeah, that's all I've been learning from is him. Because he's the only one who has, like, behind-the-scenes footage of him doing anime on YouTube. Like, why does nobody else post that? Nobody, like, sometimes Netflix will post, like, a behind-the-scenes of their own stuff on their own channel. But it's always got Alex Lee in it. Like, he's the only guy who shows up in these things, and I'm super glad that he does, because I love that guy, and he has some great tips, and he's just a master at his craft, but I kind of wish I could watch some other people do some voice acting too. Like, maybe if I look up specifics. I think I have seen, like, some behind the scenes for My Hero and stuff like that, but I wish it was easier to access. If someone could just send me all the links to all the YouTube videos of all the interviews and all the behind the scenes of all the anime behind the scenes voice acting, I'd appreciate it. Thanks a bunch.
Yeah.
How do you like my anime laugh? Alright, I'm closing this one out. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you in the next Phoenix Wright. Wow, that's not on. I'll see you guys in the next Phoenix Wright. Peace!